Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Chef's Meal, where we talk about whatever and never and everything else in between.
Hey.
Now, welcome to the Chef's Meal. My name is Casey.
My name is Sean, and we're two chefs.
Sean is bugging out right now.
I'm bugging out. Yeah, we're just two chefs living our lives one finished plate at a time.
Oh, it's all whatever.
Feedbacking hard.
Are you okay? Now you're feedbacking hard. Okay.
Yeah.
Hold on.
That's what made me laugh.
Oh, okay. Are you still feedbacking now?
All right, let's check it out. Yeah, I am.
You still feedbacking now?
Mm-hmm.
Damn it! You just can't win today. That's all
now
right.
I don't hear you at all.
Now you don't hear me at all.
No feedback, but
no feedback, but you can't hear me at all.
Let's see.
Can you still hear me now?
I can hear you just perfectly.
Okay.
All right. Okay. Oh my goodness.
I guess when you go live, it just like cuts everything out the crapper. I have no idea. Everything was working. You were here with me.
Everything was working just fine. And
everything's fine.
Click the live button and someone
and it just went.
Decided we need to hear ourselves forever.
Now, just if you are watching this live right now, they can hear the background music. Like that's going. Okay. Our audio is fine. So from on their end, it's perfect. On our end,
for ours, it's a glitchy mess. But we're
on our end,
doing it for you guys.
Oh my goodness. Sean, how was your day, Sean?
My day was alright. It was actually a pretty cool, low key day. You know, in the way that all the days are pretty low key for me.
It was. We are getting into the high 70s and 80s soon. Like it was kind of cold today, like in the morning. Mm-hmm. In the afternoon, it was like getting a little hot, and I'm getting excited.
Excited, the windows open. You know what I'm saying? Letting that outside air kind of spread around the place. I'm saying we getting antsy.
Okay. How does the New York City air feel?
You know what? It feels good, and I don't know, for all the people that don't live in New York City, we are blessed with a lot of things, which is like access to everything and almost 24-hour a day public transportation and sidewalks and parked cars. And now with the quarantine, everyone's inside, so you know what that means? Nothing is moving around.
Yeah.
So you know what that means? Fresh air. Like
fresh air. Hey.
Fresh air. In all the different places I've lived in New York City, you get like this like carbon monoxide grime on your windowsills.
Got
you know, it doesn't matter like
normal,
how much you stay on top of it. It's just with all the different cars and, you know, air polluting things just moving around the city. Like you ingest it, it's gross, and it leaves a residue on like your windowsills. And not so much now, because
not so much. You just
everyone is, you know, doing their part, you know, and staying inside. So I'm appreciating this New York City air right now.
Some fries, motherfucker.
Exactly.
Got a lot of. So I went outside today, had some tea. My wife was actually supposed to join me earlier this morning, but she was really tired and couldn't wake up for quite a bit. So I was just outside having my own business. There's a lot of dogs just kind of out and about, but a lot of. Okay, so here's the thing, right? Have you? There's like a lot of thoughts going on right. Have you driven around lately?
Yes.
Let's start with that. Okay. Do you drive with a mask inside your car?
Okay, so yes, I do, and V doesn't. So sometimes she's driving, she's just looking over at me like, what's going on? This is a brand new car. We got fresh air filters. What are you doing? And I'm just like, you know, I got to get used to this. So typically, like, I just, as soon as I leave the house, throw the mask on.
You just throw them on.
And pretty much use it until I get to a circumstance where someone can't understand what I'm saying and I take down the mask.
I just think it's so weird, Sean. Like, you're inside a car. There's nothing. There's no one in your car that will get you. But
like I know, but this is also still, even though it's been damn near 2 months, it feels like, like operating with a mask on is still very, very, very foreign to me. So again, as soon as I leave the house, like I throw it on, I handle my business,
leave it on pretty much,
and then keep it literally to the moment I come back in the house, with the exception of if I'm out in a store and someone can't understand what I'm trying to say.
Okay.
Pull it down, pull it back up, and try to handle my business.
I guess that's all right. I guess to each their own. But I've seen the most drastic that I've seen. Right, I went to Trader Joe's the other day. Last week. Caitlin was supposed to come with me, but again, she wasn't feeling up to it, so I went. However, I saw this man have the blue mask, which is regular one of these, right?
Sure. Yep.
This is what we use. Cool.
Yeah.
He also had the cloth black mask on top of it.
Okay.
And bro, I'm not exaggerating this. And then he had a mini gas mask on top of all of it.
See, the combo that I see in the city is like the cloth mask or the paper mask, right? With a bandana, and then the face shield.
Oh wow!
I'm not like, sometimes I'll rock the bandana, because I feel like this is a time of my life where like I can
with
be out
face
there
shields and
no
everything.
one is gonna be, no one's gonna be judging me for the bandana. So I got some bandana looks.
Okay.
Because every time I go outside, maybe throwing a little guy in these flags. Sometimes black flag and blue flag and red flagging. And I keep it pushing. But yes, you definitely see some people out here with the acrylic, or not the acrylic, but the like 3D printed like face mask action going on.
I just thought it was overkill, but then again, I don't know. I seldomly leave the house anyway because my wife works in a hospital. We literally need to be quarantined just in case.
Sure.
I don't know. She doesn't know. Like, she does get texted every week, but like, just for the stupid in case that I could also be contaminated because we're living together. So limited, contact with anyone, even my family. Just we phone call and everything. But that's kind of like the new norm. However, some news have arrived up now. Some states are actually reopening. I know I touched upon this last episode. How do you feel about more states starting to soft open per se? And I really throw that hard there. Soft open.
So I understand like the economic impetus to kind of get things going, but honestly, like, I don't think it's safe. And the reason why I don't think it's safe is just because like people still move around and they come in contact with each other, and and despite the fact that we've had like some of the world's most brilliant minds trying to tackle this and develop vaccines and best practices, there's so much that we don't know. They're talking about the effect it's having on children and some more new symptoms. And I know that some people want to get back to work. I know that some businesses want to be able to continue to produce and thrive, but I don't know, man. I mean, I know that in the limited amount that I need to be out in the public, and I'm just talking about like, going from home to work and such, like there's still so many like points of potential failure for people to kind of come in contact with each other, so I don't know. I personally, I want to see like more of those questions and solved and solutions made before I'm a bit more comfortable. I was just talking about it with my wife the other day, and she's completely transitioned to working from home, but at some point, they're gonna want people to come back to work, and she's just like, well, like, do I take the subway now? Like,
okay, quick question about subway. Like, are they physically closed from like, was it 3 till like 6 in the morning? Or is it like 2 to 6?
From 1 to 5 to disinfect. 5. Right, but even then, I just think like, okay, but at 5:05, someone
That's
can hop
true.
on the train and and start to make the situation significantly less safe. And then when you're talking about like a rush hour situation where like the subways have the most riders, it'd be very, very easy to spread things around. So like I said, my wife and I were talking, she's like, all right, well, do I just drive to work every day from now? And I'm like, man, it's gonna be tough if everyone else decides to do the same thing. There's only but so much street parking in Manhattan. There's only but so many garages, and I mean, it's gonna make for some interesting decisions. I mean, it seems like her company is gonna be pretty flexible with her being able to work from home, but a lot of people are not gonna be able to have those options. I mean, I can't work from home.
That's true. I mean, both of us can't work from home.
Right. We, it's just the nature of what we do means we can't work from home. So, I endeavor to do my part. I know you're going to do your part as well, but it still doesn't mean there's going to be potential areas where people can spread disease, with malice or without, just by doing what they would normally do. I mean, we can't can't even convince people to wear masks. So.
But it's just like, it's interesting. There's a lot of information, right? And since we live in such a digital age now, I actually did not know this. During the Woodstock event, there was a mini pandemic actually going on, and they didn't really do anything about it. They just kind of, hey, let's take it into effect. Let's see what's gonna go on. Everything kind of resumed normally. But then before that, another pandemic earlier, maybe like 50 years earlier, and a lot of people died because people were in the same vicinity when they threw a party because, they were kind of outside, out of the quarantine. So like, how do you feel moving ahead from this? Given the little mini facts that I just kind of spat at you really quickly, how does that make you feel better? Granted, this is like a different disease than anything we've seen. This is like first-hand basis on what we're seeing, right? It's not like something that's already had happened. For me personally, I don't know. So I will always be cautious. I will always be, doing more than usual. Especially the sneezing and the coughing, the good old the vampire sleeves, as we call it. But it's gonna be a different atmosphere altogether. That's how I feel.
For sure. I mean, I think the prudent thing is to take as much precaution as possible, and I think most people, or I would like to believe most people, are gonna change up some of their habits. But I don't know. I know I definitely am. I mean, I know when you go to a party, you're supposed to be like fashionably late. I'm gonna be fashionably absent to a lot of parties. I'm just not showing up. Like, you gonna ask for me to wear Sean. It's like, look, man, I'm gonna be in the back of the back. That's where I'm gonna be. And it's no
slow
no
clap
love
to Sean
lost,
right now.
But I mean, you just have to pick and choose, and understand. That's what it's gonna be for me. But yeah, I just think about a lot of things that we used to do and will have to be completely different. Like a few years ago, I went to Penny Arcade Expo. It's like a video game anime like trade show, and one thing that those shows are famous for is something called the PAX Flu.
The PAX
and it's because
Flu.
it's because alright. So like when you think of like video games, right? You swapping controllers,
of course,
all the time, right? Like you're trying out demos and all these things, and they have like attendees who are disinfecting things and wiping things down, but you can't, like, it's just too many places for people to be touching. It's like if I go over to a booth where they're selling some games, the guy selling them isn't like spraying down the counter every time someone picks it up to look at the back of a box.
It's true.
So I mean, you go to those things and have a good time, and then a couple of days later you're sick as shit, and it's what a
PAX
normal
flu. I get it.
Yeah, the PAX flu. It's the PAX flu, and like I said, that was then, and this is now. We're talking about moving around germs that could prove to be fatal for you or for your loved ones. So people are gonna have to move and operate differently, and hopefully they're wearing the appropriate personal equipment and washing their hands and taking all the steps. If there are vaccines to have, in the near future, hopefully people are able to get access to them and they can take them. And again, make things as safe as they possibly can be.
I get it. I totally get it. So much so that actually a whole bunch of our friends from our former jobs I'm glad it's called earlier today.
Hey,
and
what's going on?
She was like, "Hey, how you doing?" I was like, "Hey, I'm doing great." She's asking about family. I said hi to her. Now, granted, we were texting, and in Spanish, and I'm like, I think this is how it's supposed to sound like. My Spanish writing skills aren't so good. My Spanish speaking skills are pretty awesome. But she was like, "Yeah, no, we're good." But she was like, "Hey, when you do get back to work," she is looking for work also.
Sure.
So I was like, "Hey, I will definitely let my boss know." So we'll see how that goes all together. But it's always nice to hear from your former coworkers. And she's,
sure, man.
Like I tell you, I always compare our main crew at our restaurant to anybody else's. Like I am sorry, I am so biased to it.
Yeah, man.
But bro, everybody was a
pound for
badass.
pound, we had a strong, very, very strong squad, and said, I think we mentioned it before. At any time, on any shift, you're talking like 100 years of experience between the people that were there, and that's what me with my 6 years of experience pulling that average weight down. So
we're just trying to manage, right? And people have been there like 30, 40 years already.
Keeping my eyes open, head on a swivel, and trying to pick up things in real time, and not being afraid to, be honest about, I don't know, but I'm gonna know, but I'm gonna know. We gonna find out together.
Oh my God, that's the most underrated phrase. I think I seldomly take it for granted because now I'm not in management, so on my other job I'm just like supervisor kind of in the line, but I often ask, it's like, hey, how can I do this better? Like even more so than I used to. It's like, hey, can you teach me this? And I'm slowing down my steps. Like, yeah, I know how to do it, but I don't know how to do it the way you guys do it. Show me how to do it. Show me where everything is, how you move, etc. Because it's a different system. So it's kind of fun doing that again after so long of the kind of the yelly side of it. Not really yelling, but harshly, suggestively asking for.
Hey man,
aggressively asking for food.
You got to coach and set expectations. That's part of the job. Aggressively
asking for French fries. That needs to be up there at the same time fries. The damn food is up. But hey,
we just need spinach.
Some fries, motherfucker.
You make spinach. We need spinach. Like
it's like with the food that you're serving, like it should come up with it. Why is it not up with it?
This only comes with spinach.
Okay.
Everything else is here but the spinach.
This is obviously an inside joke between Sean and our other restaurant, but we often call for the oh my God, it's just, can I get 7 orders of spinach, please? Can I fire me a whole damn bag of fries? Like, just give me the damn thing.
Stop it.
Just have it.
You're
like
gonna
on
need
it. And it's kind of annoying per se because we do waste quite a bit of it, but it's just potatoes at the end of the day. What is, and here's, I know somebody's gonna put this and fucking just send it right back into my face. But look, what is 10 cents to $3 and like 20 cents per order of that damn fry between cost and waste? Like,
sure.
But you don't want to waste it too much because that is on your bottom line. So it's just like,
correct.
Yeah.
The answer is you would just do it on demand, right? Like you would ask for it on demand, it would be done on demand, and then there would be as little waste as possible. But like the reality is there's going to be some waste, and you just need to manage that waste. If you could reduce the waste down to like your least expensive ingredients, that would probably be the best, and then try to continue to like manage that smaller and smaller. But sometimes you just need to ask for a whole bag of fries.
Yeah, do you
Just
remember?
throw it in there. Just
Remember,
throw it in there.
I remember this because you were like, "Yo, can we just have a burner in the front here, so we can make the damn fucking spinach ourselves? Because we need the damn spinach." That's
We just need it.
I can say this. Our other restaurant, before it was completed dishes, you can prepare your dishes to suit. So meaning, I would like a piece of protein with X and Y sides. Like you can literally build it however you want. And so does always Sean and I calling out on the other side. Hey, I need like 7 broccoli, 10 orders of fries, 7 spinach. I need like 2 more bundles of rice. Just so we can get the side. These are just the sides to go with the fucking protein that we're about to serve. And then afterwards, towards the latter 2 years, everything was kind of completed and became more whole, which I think all restaurants should do anyway, but whatever. At one point, Sean was, let's say, frustrated and wanted to make the spinach front side where we are on Expo, just so we can not keep on yelling for spinach. Spinach, Sean. We are breaking plates with spinach. I know. That's how I feel about it. But let's keep on going. Sean, are you ready?
Yeah.
4. I think it's going. I hear it coming. I really should make that ramp up a lot faster.
Sean Stack Tuesday.
Thursday. Thursday.
Sean Stack Tuesday.
On a Thursday.
Sean's Tech Thursday. I mean, hey, look, listen. It's Tuesday somewhere.
It might be Tuesday when you listen to it. I'm not gonna judge you. I'm not gonna judge you.
It's Tuesday someday. Okay.
Yeah.
But it's Sean's Tech. I'm gonna change the fucking name to that. But it's Sean's Tech Tuesday for the time being. Sean, take it away, Sean. Tech Tuesday. Tech Thursday. I don't even know what to call it, but whatever. In the world of tech news, oh man, I should make a transition where it's just like breaking news. Choo-choo, choo-choo, yeah. Oh my goodness. All right, what you got at us?
So let's talk some video games. There's some really interesting news over the last couple of days.
Quite a bit.
And specifically with some technologies for the next generation. So we're talking high-end PC, Xbox Series X, PlayStation 5. Last week, Microsoft had a web stream where they were showcasing some of the third-party games that'll be coming out for their platform. Yeah. And to be honest, the stuff that they showed looked good, but it didn't look great. Like, it looked like stuff that could be done on the consoles and the PC hardware that we have right now. However, Sony, in cooperation
state
with
of play, yo.
in cooperation with Epic, who make the Unreal engine, showed off the Unreal 5 engine on PlayStation 5 hardware. And let me tell you this. That shit looked fucking fire.
Hold on,
like
keep on going.
I
Let's see if I can pull out a video.
Yeah, if you can link. Yeah, if you do a Google YouTube search for Unreal Engine 5 reveal, the stuff that they're pulling off with that engine is amazing. I mean, even you look at like the truncated version in our web stream of the video, it still looks friggin' ridiculous.
This is with ray tracing on, people. This is freaking graphics in game. Unreal Engine, one of the foremost actually. Before they become insane with it, they were like forefront of people doing like the most intense graphics. Now they have the NVIDIA kind of software right behind them with ray tracing. Like, I mean, look at this. Are you serious, dude?
Ridiculous, like what they're able to kind of pull off. I mean, billions of triangles,
wow,
and
look at that.
lighting effects that haven't been seen in something real time at this price level.
Bananas. That's
Again,
bananas.
like last week, I'm like, oh man, I don't know. I think I could wait a couple of months, but after seeing the reveal of this, I'm just like, okay. I see what they're gonna be going for. One of the most impressive things they showed was a little bit later on in this demo is they're kind of guiding the character through this room that has all of these like super duper high quality statues, and they were talking about how with the way the engine works, like 3D artists can take real photos and make 3D objects just from the photos, and at no loss of quality. Like in the past, they've been able to do similar things, but they've had to kind of like reduce them to kind of fit the constraints of the current consoles. Like in the video that's playing right now, the character's walking up to one of these statues. And like that statue alone has more polygons than some games do. And what's most impressive is like as the character is kind of walking down the hall here, they walk into a room that has a couple of hundred of those same statues, all rendered in the same detail.
My gosh.
And the engine is like designed so that it can scale the detail up and down to things that are visible to the character. So, in the room, you can see some of them to the left and the right of the character, and I would assume if the character moved to the left, and it would start to draw more of those things, and again, no perceivable loss of quality. And that shit is fucking amazing.
It's amazing.
Amazing.
Like this
amazing.
graphics, you don't see this at all. Like unless you're granted, like okay, if you made a gaming PC, ultra specs, yes, different beast altogether. But this is going to be on console. This is literally.
Right. So this is this is
so
setting
excited.
like the baseline for expectations for the next couple of years, and that's what gets me excited. Like, do I expect PlayStation 5 and Xbox One games to look like this on day one? The answer is no. This is not going to get there. I mean, there's a lot of things that can be done to make a demo like that don't necessarily make sense for a real game. I mean, obviously, nothing. Everything is relatively static. There's no AI for all the soldiers and all that stuff. But it is kind of showing you like what is possible on that hardware. So I am looking very, 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 very forward to seeing what the next generation of video game hardware is going to provide. And I know for sure that Epic, they make the Unreal Engine, but they also make their games as well. So I'm really looking forward to what they're going to design with this engine in mind.
Now this is half cinematic, so like for people that don't really game, there's two versions of it. Usually when there's a gameplay and then there's cut into cinematic, usually it's like a hard cut, and then obviously the cinematic will look even better because they try to make it into a movie. This one is cut seamlessly in the same space, which is kind of it's like one of these kind of things. It makes it, oh my goodness.
I mean, they're looking at all those like assets as they're streaming by, and listening to the developers. They're talking about how like this is possible not just because of the graphics hardware, but also because of the super fast storage, like the NVMe SSDs that these consoles are going to have, and probably PCs are going to have to require to kind of keep up with streaming that much data, to the GPU. So again, I am looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to it.
I mean, the Gen 4s right now, if you have a PC, NVMe PC, I have a Gen 3 NVMe, so it runs pretty hard, ridiculous anyway, but I can only assume in like another few months, it's always getting better. That's sure. Like always the way of it.
And again, these are the things that you want, right? So if you have like a general purpose computer, like a PlayStation 5, if they are going to sell, let's say 60 million of these things, probably even more over the next 4 to 5 years, they're going to be producing those SSDs in similar bulk and scale. and developers gonna know that like these things are out there, and this is gonna become general purpose PC hardware that you can buy. So whether or not you're gonna buy like a console or build a PC of your own or buy a PC of your own, like to know that like you'll be able to take advantage of super fast storage like this is gonna make for a really, really rich media all around. It's gonna be really interesting to see what content creators are gonna be able to do with this stuff available.
I can't wait. I can't wait.
Man. And again, like that demo right there kind of showed you how far inexpensive technology has come from 7 years ago when PlayStation 4 and Xbox One were released. Yeah.
Bananas. That's the
like,
name
look
word
what
for it.
$400-$500 will get you. I mean, they haven't announced any pricing on those consoles, but I think they're gonna be roughly in that price range.
And I'm gonna say about 500, just for the whole sake of it. Do you think the video games will also hike up on price, or I think it will stay the same?
I don't think so. I think they're gonna try to keep things to being about $60 to buy in, and then kind of up the price with DLC. Like that seems like a way that
that makes sense.
People
that makes sense.
Comfortable with paying more for games. And if you look at it like the biggest budget games, they're always gonna have like some DLC physical good bundle that'll kind of get you over $100 if you were to go that way. And then the other way to go is to make a game that's free to play, that is supported with like all sorts of cosmetic stuff that people will pay for,
like Modern Warfare,
like Modern Warfare, right? Or Fortnite, or
Fortnite. I think that's like the smartest thing that they can do, though. It's almost like 10 years too late. I'm a little mad at it. Can you just imagine all the $60 plus $20 X packs that you've spent on those kind of games, and then now free to play.
Hey,
it's
man,
like a giant.
It's a good place.
In your
place
face.
to be. It's a good place to be. I'm not mad at it. I mean,
I was a little salty at it.
Seeing as how expensive I'm going to assume it's going to be to make the assets for those new games, they're gonna try to figure out how to get as much money out of the consumer as possible. But I don't think it will be at a initial buy-in of more than $60. And like I've said in the past, like if you don't want to pay $60 for a new video game, you definitely do not have to. Just wait 3 to 4 weeks, and generally it's $40 somewhere. It's 40. It's somewhere. It's gonna be $40 somewhere. So just wait.
Oh, definitely. Oh, I get it. All right. You want to cover? Is there anything else?
Oh yeah. So Apple bought this company called NextVR.
Yes. Is this called NextVR?
Yeah. And NextVR, pretty much they do like they broadcast sports and music, like concerts in virtual reality. And people are speculating that this acquisition just kind of pushes Apple one step closer to releasing their AR or VR solution. Probably AR, because I would assume like they're gonna want to build upon the camera tech that they use in the iPhone and iPad.
AR software for iPhones. That's gonna be interesting.
Yeah. So yeah, that's
$116 million funding.
Big tech stuff. I mean, aside from that, I mean, some personal stuff for me.
Huge.
Built a new PC.
Yes, you did.
Yeah, man.
Yes, you did. We kind of spoke back and forth on it.
Yeah.
Do you feel good on your purchase?
I feel good. I feel good. It's funny in a lot of ways. The pupil became the teacher in this circumstance. Like I remember a few years back, I was teaching Casey how to build PCs, and this time I'm like bouncing ideas off of him to kind of figure out like, all right, what's the best machine for roughly this budget, and with room to grow. And again, to kind of tie in things to the beginning of Tech Tuesday and talking about Unreal, I mean, I think like I am positioned to have a PC that's gonna last quite a bit, you know, and a modest video card upgrade in the next year to year and a half will pretty much cement that. So I am very, very happy, and I'm sure you're happy to be recording this without the Mac crapping out in the middle of the street.
It hasn't bugged out yet. So
yeah, like I said, rest in peace.
The only thing that will bug out is
Mac back there.
Is this thing.
Oh no,
you know
I'm scared.
I mean? Just in case.
Don't hit the button, man.
It might throw a little. It might throw a little remix, if anything. But other than that, it's not too bad. I do have. I have. Oh, I forgot to tell you. If you can see it, it finally came in. This is the
all-in-one.
The Seagate. No, the hard drive.
Oh, okay,
finally.
cool.
The 2 terabyte. I'm gonna install it tomorrow probably. But totally forgot about it. Came into the mail. I was like, oh my god, did I order something? Yes, I did. Totally forgot about it. I'm gonna attach that. Now I have some storage that I can physically store some of my files. Because right now granted, I have 2 hard drives, right? I have the C one that I edit off of, specifically only for video. That's it. That's the only thing that's in that file. But the thing that gets stored into my computer, for the time being, it was just that little, NVMe SSD. That's it. And it's only a 500 gig. And for games and anything, it's literally almost filled up. So
oh yeah, that's,
now that I have this,
again, I definitely understand that. Like my NVMe, the NVMe SSD. There's a lot of
it's a lot
consonants just to say right there. Yeah, it was only 256 gigs. So like immediately it was full. Like immediately. And so more.
It's like 150 gigs just for C drive, like normal.
Dude, right.
Normal
Just Windows.
programs.
Just you turn on your computer and like damn near more than half of the storage was already gone. But I kind of knew that, and again, working in the budget that I was working with, was kind of the best case scenario for the time. But that is the best part of building the PC is that you can scale up when you need to. You're not locked into anything.
That is a cool thing. Eventually, I'll be moving on to a different system myself. I do have a Liquid IO coming in soon, so that's gonna be interesting. Oh man, because right now, granted, I don't have the software on here that I can pull up right now, but I can bet you right now I'm throttling between like 78 degrees on idle with all this on. Granted, that's not bad. But like just because I have an i9 in there, it runs so hot. So it needs a much better cooling performance for it to keep it cool and and safe temperatures. But not too crazy. Is that? Did we cover everything on your Tech Tuesday?
Yeah, for the most part. Yeah, I think we're good. I think we're good this week.
All right. It's not like all text is coming out right now.
Yeah, again, we're in a very, very weird time. So like, obviously everything is impacted by, the coronavirus. So a lot of firms are kind of slow dripping out their stuff. Some related things. There was a video game fighting competition. It was called Evo. And normally they have their Evo Championships tournament in Las Vegas in the summer. And it was canceled, obviously, because you can't have people meet up. However, this year they're going to kind of do some online tournaments over the course of 5 weeks. So again, people are trying to find different ways to make things happen. Is it going to be the same experience? It's not. But, it might be something for the people of that community who kind of like that thing.
All the cons too. I know TwitchCon is currently still on. I know that, but I don't know. It just depends on the state that they're gonna be opening in or whatever. But I'm pretty sure that's gonna be canceled too. But not too crazy. But you know what? Let's bring it into
Mon Chouchou.
I'm like dreading it right now. I'm waiting for. I'm waiting for the thing.
Of our show.
I'm waiting. It's doing it, so I guess we're okay. Hey. I'm not gonna jinx it. You know what? It's working out great. Right into the beautiful news, the best news in the internet, considering food. Here you can find in our show, Starbucks reportedly asked some landlords for rent reductions starting in June. As a lot of people know, Starbucks last week, I think last week, Wednesday or Thursday maybe, opened. Like they're open. Like the whole thing is on. Granted, it's only I think on the to-go side, like Dunkin' Donuts is. Like Dunkin' Donuts has been open for a long since the whole thing, but it's only to go.
Yeah.
Right. But I don't think they can keep up with the prices because of the, just the sheer amount of people not staying and spending that time. Now all the nerds can hang out, in the one space and consume their coffee. But oh man, this is rough. Effective June 1st and for at least a period of 12 consecutive months, Starbucks will require concessions to support modified operations and adjustment to lease terms and base rent structures. This is pretty much for every business around right now.
Sure.
Right?
Yeah.
And this is a big major chain. This is huge.
Oh, of course. I mean, obviously Starbucks, operates in a lot of different places. I cannot imagine how they would be affording any of their rent for any place in New York City right now when no one can go to their restaurants. Like,
hey,
and the saturation of Starbucks. It's oversaturated everywhere, to be honest. But in New York City, you literally have one across the street from another one. So like,
yeah.
I can't, and this is one of the most expensive places to rent in the country. So I can see them asking for concessions.
Huge.
And,
huge.
I would assume that some of their landlords will be willing to make do. Because some money's better than nothing.
Yeah, extending for a whole year. This for a big corporation. 7 Memorial Day special is happening. As everybody knows, as I look into our catalog right now, Mother's Day just literally passed, and we're just literally about a week and a half away into Memorial Day. Usually we're pretty packed in the restaurant, but as everybody know, nobody could take out their mama. So hopefully everybody called their mom, said hi. I called my mother as soon as I woke up. It's like, hey, I love you. I wish I can spend time with you, but I'm kind of stuck here. However, here's some emojis and a phone call. And the next time I'm there,
emojis.
My mother found out about emojis.
That's a big day in
that's a thing, dude.
Any millennial's life is the day your mom finds out about emojis. My mom has got a strong emoji game. I'll give her that. Like I was like, okay, ma. She finds ways to stay tech savvy. She's good for a FaceTime call, you know what I'm saying? In the group chat, she drops like the flavor text and emojis. She's good with it. Like she's
that's pretty rad.
Shout out to mom. She's on it. She's on her game.
Hey, there you go. Let's go. So the first one will be Chili's. For Memorial Day this year, we're offering a half order of baby back ribs. Whenever I think of Chili's, it's always that commercial. Baby back ribs, baby back, right? That one, right? It's a 3 for $10 menu for guests to enjoy for one day only on May 25th. Literally on that Memorial Day. Oh, you can get $3 for $10?
Yeah, so I'm gonna need like $30 of ribs.
Yeah,
I'm pulling up hard.
Gonna get some
Throw it in my
rags,
trunk.
please.
Let's go.
Oh my goodness. Wine Insiders. Now this is one of the same things that my wife kind of ordered. You can have booze shipped to you. This is by Wine Insiders. From Saturday, May 23rd to Monday, the 25th, Wine Insiders will be offering 25% off site-wide with the code Memorial25 on their wines. So if you're a wine connoisseur, that's a pretty savvy little contract. Hooters for the wings. Hey, it wouldn't be Memorial Day in America without Hooters. Yo, this is an American institution. Like this is straight up.
It is
wings, bro. Like even though it's like the grossest wings that you can go into. To each their own, right? I mean, there's Bok Bok Chicken over here by like 10 a fly that you should stop by. Like if you're in town again, bro, like we should go there because their wings fire, and they make KBBQ wings that you would clearly enjoy. The Golden Corral. Why does Golden Corral keep popping up? We have one here in Jersey. Wait, you know what? I'm online now. Hold up. How many Golden Corrals are there in New Jersey?
Looks like one.
1, 2, 3. 2.
2. We got 2.
That's it. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. We have 2 Golden Corrals here in New Jersey, and they're on the Parkway, pretty much. So you're gonna get it on stop somewhere. Really quickly, garlic butter is one of the best. Every time you dine at a Golden Corral, you can get 10% off your bill with a proper military ID. That's pretty awesome. So hey, one for the troops. And then finally, Johnny Rockets. There used to be a restaurant inside the mall that we used to work in, but they're currently, I think they took them out. But they make pretty good burgers. If you show up in a uniform, members of the military, you can get a 50% off. Again, we can keep on going, but let's move on a little bit. Target has the mini Minions cookies that are just like Teddy Grahams. Teddy Grahams, but with your favorite characters. Yes. That looks adorable. The little minion things.
I kind of need them to taste like banana. That looks like that's what needs to happen.
Banana?
Yeah. Like either a banana or like a lemon cookie. But I know it's not because it's gonna be a graham cracker. But
I know.
I feel
Despicable Me was released back in 2010. Wow, I feel old, Sean. Yeah, dang. 2010, I have not seen any of 24. It was a great movie, and this was just like a little side thing on the movie itself, but it became such a religion afterwards. Papa John's founder gave a tour of his insane mansion. Okay, so here's the thing. Okay, I know before you say, I know what you're looking at.
The first stop on his tour is a closet where he shows you where the racism is.
Hold on. Let's put it for apples to apples, okay? Sean, if you were a multi-billionaire, would you purchase a house this huge? Why? Or would you still live the same way you are and put all that money into the bank somewhere? Or in some kind of way? How would you live?
Okay, all right. So Papa John's is out here slanging some cheap ass pizzas, and people buy a lot of cheap ass pizza. So I think if you got Papa John's money, you kind of gotta ball out. Like if not, then why? Then why? And again, this is to say nothing of the company or Papa John's, even though I did kind of say something a little bit earlier. But yeah, man, if you rolling like Papa John's, you gotta ball out. Like, you gotta ball out. You know what? Like, you do it so that you can have your own episode of MTV Cribs.
Now, have you noticed, Sean, that for all the Papa John's commercials, he's always in a commercial. Always.
Yeah. I've noticed.
Until 2 years ago.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. What happened then?
So this is their most recent commercial. Mm-hmm. Have you seen this? If you haven't, tell me. Let's talk about this. This pisses me off. Okay.
When it's a Papa John's thing, I kind of, avert my gaze for a little bit. There's a lot of places to get cheap ass pizza. So.
Okay, look, Sean. Let's pay attention. It's they call this papitas. Mm-hmm. Okay, what do we see here, Sean? It's a flatbread.
That one looked like a barbecue chicken flatbread. And you know what? I'm not mad at the hustle. Because my man got into the game of selling $5 pizzas. Like, at some point, you gotta figure out how else you're gonna move those same ingredients and that same dough.
Hey,
I'm not mad at that. However,
let's bring it back into this real quick.
My man got a shirt like, so dude. All right, okay. See, this is why it's my favorite part of the show, because my man invited people over to Papa John's house, and he's wearing a shirt that says Papa. Dude, come on, man. Like, we know why we're here.
Look at his house, though. God. How do you even clean that?
You don't, man.
He has caretakers.
You don't. Like, you don't even need caretakers. You know what I'm saying? When it gets whack, you burn it to the ground. You dig into your pizza fortune couch and build another one, I guess. But I'm saying the way I would have decorated differently is if I was Papa John, instead of that clock statue, there would be a giant pizza that was also a clock. And every time you came into my house, it would be pizza time.
It would just remind you.
I am wearing a shirt with my name on it, reminding people what it is. But when you come to my house, you're going to know what time it was.
Sean, there's a video, Sean.
Oh my goodness, man.
So obviously you can't hear this. I mean, we can't hear this, but you were viewing this. This is on their TikTok account.
I'm Papa
They put
John's.
effects on this shit and everything, dude.
And
like,
I
they
buy
went
my
all out
jeans
for
at the
this.
same place that Michael Jordan buys his. Where do you go get those jeans, Papa John's?
Are those flare jeans? Can we just talk about those?
My man, it was like defiantly not cuffing his boot cut jeans. Dude, come on, man.
Okay. That's all I can stand. I can't keep doing it. I can't. This shirt just fucking pisses me. Okay, we're moving on. Ladies and gentlemen. Okay, let's give this a nani. Disney World is now canceling some of its June reservations. So we all know Disneyland, Disney World are the highest grossing freaking theme parks in the entire world. Sure. How do you think they're going to combat the whole situation? Because they can't reopen all this.
I know what they're gonna do, and they've already told us. They're gonna put Hamilton on Disney Plus. They'll be fine. That's what they did. They're just like, yo, man, look, you can't come to us. Hamilton. Right, come July 3rd, we're gonna take that $6.99 from you. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. They'll be fine.
Update
I'm not
May
worried
14th.
About Disney. I'm not losing sleep over Disney. They're gonna be fine. They're gonna
Update
have
May
Iron
14th.
Man 6 and Spider-Man 8
on Disney Plus. Yeah, I'm with you.
Right. It's gonna be there. Some Star Wars shit. They'll roll that out. They'll be fine.
Oh my god! Look at this. This is insane.
Look, and what's that say? Shanghai Disney World is gonna be open.
Reopening.
They already opened.
Planning.
If
reopen.
you really, really, really want to go get your Disney on, you know what I'm saying?
Go to China.
Yeah, I don't know how you get there right now, but
China's open.
Can we fly here? Like, we can't go.
Can't. We're not allowed to. We have a customs on it that we can't travel out.
But hey, man,
if
you really want to get there, you'll figure it out.
Disney Plus. Hey, plug right there. Disney. You know where to hit us up. McDonald's issued safety guidelines that all of its restaurants have to follow to reopen dining rooms. Sean, I wish I could find this this Instagram video that kind of blew up. It was a restaurant. They're practicing social distance, and the waitress was like throwing shit into the table.
I went to so for Mother's Day, I went to pick up a cake for V, and in Sunset Park, shout out Sunset Park, to get this particular Spanish style cake she wanted, and I needed to kill time, an hour before the cake was made. So I'm walking up and down, and I walk into like the Burger King, and the way they had the place like cut off for social distancing, they like moved some of the tables from the dining area and put them in front of the register. So like so we're like throwing money and change back at each other.
You do it
because the guy's arms, like his arms weren't long enough to reach me past the table.
Oh my goodness, that's uncomfortable. So you were literally here.
Yeah. But look, at the same time, it's just like I didn't need to be in no Burger King during this shit. Like.
Sean?
I was inconvenienced for the convenience of being able to get a burger in 4 seconds. Like, whatever.
Oh my goodness. Let's read in the letter, which was written by President of McDonald's USA, Joe Erlinger. The company outlines some of the enhanced safety and cleaning policies it will require all of its locations nationwide to uphold before reopening its dining rooms. These will be held in addition to state and local laws regarding a restaurant opens. I think, in my opinion, everything will be still social distance, but to a point, I think people will get a little frustrated that it's taking longer. I mean, I'm seeing it. This is me on BJ's line trying to go up for like groceries every other week. People are mad, mad. They just can't go in. Like physically, I think it's just paranoia or like exhaustion from being inside so much.
Sure. Not
getting their way, kind of. When this kind of all goes out, I really hope there's some really strong enforcements around, because I think people are going to be a little nuts, especially in the restaurant business, man. We're already nuts to begin with.
I wonder if they're going to have specific guidelines for the McDonald's in New York. Because typically the McDonald's in New York cities have the bathrooms locked.
Yeah.
So that like the homeless don't take residents inside said bathrooms. Mm-hmm. But we're going to need them bathrooms open so people could wash their hands. So
yeah, or maybe
McDonald's, I need you to keep that bathroom key behind the counter and the door's open, so people go wash their hands.
They will just have sanitizing stations, like the little pumpy thing that you can kind of.
I get it, but look, you still gonna need to wash them hands though. Like, just leave the bathrooms open, man. Like, let's figure it out.
The last kind of Monster News, this is another shout out to Chili. You can get a full meal from Chili's this weekend for just $13. So Chili's straight up trying to make some dough right now.
Nice.
Chili wants to make virtual parties easier and is offering full meals for just $13 to this weekend. The meals, which will be available to order through DoorDash, will include chips and salsa to start, a choice of entree, and a molten. This pisses me off, a molten chocolate cake. Every time I see molten chocolate cake or pudding cake into their menu, granted, we had it at our restaurant. I'm not talking crap about it. I just die inside a little slow. Just a little slow. It's so like circa 1970 or 1960 even. Like, why are we still having key lime pie? Awesome, all day. I'll dig it.
It's a staple of like American fast casual.
Why not apple pie? Right? We're talking pure. I know. Exactly. So
you know me. You don't gotta convince me.
That's why I said apple pie, bro.
You know what I'm saying?
Like I'd rather have apple pie all day.
I think it's because like combo. I mean, you know why? It's like it's small. It stacks well. Like you can freeze it. And you can.
But we can also make that an apple pie version.
That is true. All right, you know what? You're absolutely right. Everything should just be apple pie. I don't know why. Like McDonald's sells
everything
apple
should be
pies,
apple pie.
Right?
Sean.
They don't sell chocolate molten cakes, but Burger King does, right?
Yeah, Burger King does.
They do.
Chili's does.
Chili's does.
Grand Lux does.
Shout out to
Capital Grill does. These are. I'm trying to think of the restaurants that we have around us. I think those are the only. California Pizza Kitchen. They have like a mini version of this.
CPK.
Yeah. So it's just kind of, I don't know, nothing too crazy, right? But that is Mon Chouchou News, ladies and gentlemen. Nothing too crazy. I wish that we could. I'm gonna find something a little better for next week when we do it again. Just to like have it on Facebook, especially. But hey, technology, right? It wouldn't be the same if we didn't have any issues.
It would not be. It wouldn't be a Tech 2 Thursday if there wasn't some technical difficulty that we gotta. If you guys could only see the first 20 minutes of our podcast.
Oh my goodness. Oh, I don't know why, but hey, it is what it is. Hopefully everything was okay and you guys can hear it just fine. As you can see right now, there's a new banner that we made right here, live on air. Chef Salty Pork at YouTube. Chef Salty Pork Podcast is what you want to say. Add MetroCard X on Twitter. Hit up Sean right there. On Gmail, AskChefSalty. If you have any questions or any concerns or questions or concerns.
We don't like
the way you
concerns
talk
about anything that I said about Papa John's. Come see me on Twitter. It's fine.
Come see me as well.
It's all right.
We can talk. Right here, MetroCard X and Pork and Wine on Twitter. You can hit us up. But other than that, nothing too crazy. We should be back again next week with some more news. And hopefully in a better streaming streaming kind of setup, but we will figure it out.
We're getting there. We're a work in progress. We're a work in progress.
It wouldn't be a day if we didn't, have something to go wrong. But I mean, it didn't do the remix today.
It did not do the remix, and my video made it through without breaking.
You get
halfway.
Nothing.
That's all I gotta say. It's all. What does it even mean at the end of the day, Sean? Kaylin wakes up. She's just like, what does it even mean to get up anymore? I was just like, babe, are you okay?
Yeah, I love that conversation I had with V at some point. She's like, what day is it? I'm like, it is Wednesday, and we both look at our phones to confirm that it's Wednesday. It's like, it's Tuesday, Sean. And I'm like, yes, it is. Yes, it is.
And so Kaylin works at night. So when she will go to sleep a little earlier, like around maybe 3 o'clock, and I'll wake her up around, a little earlier, maybe like 2 o'clock. Then she'll wake up around like 5:30 or 6, and then head off to work from 7 till about 9 o'clock the next morning. Oftentimes, I still think it's the day prior. So let's say it was like Tuesday. It's like, oh, hey, today's Tuesday. I'll wake up. It's technically Wednesday. And then I was like, hey, you don't have to work today. It's Tuesday. She's like, no, babe, it's Wednesday. I was like, just one day into the next kind of.
What do you do to keep quiet while she's sleeping?
Oh, she knocks out.
Okay.
Yeah. And then this wall over here into the bedroom, you can't barely hear anything. Okay. So it's pretty nice. And then she bought herself some blackout curtains, which are like phenomenal. If you've never had a privilege to.
No, yeah, I got some blackout curtains too that I need to put up.
Just, boom. I was like, wow, this is amazing.
Because if there's any like daylight, I cannot sleep. It's just not.
Oh,
happening.
You just can't.
Yeah, okay. It's just got to be like nighttime, night.
Got you. She gets mad at me because I can go to that. I can sleep. My former boss used to call me fireman because sleep when I can, or just the soldiers from back then. Like you'll sleep when you need to, wake up as you kind of go. Because sleep is, you'll never know when you get it. That's what he always used to say that. It's like, sleep when you can because you never know when you get it. And then he passed away.
Oh, man.
It's a little dark. I love you. He knows that. Okay, we're getting it. We're getting some, I'm just going to end it with a clap. I'm just going to shut up. It is what it is. Ladies and gentlemen, have a good one.
Yeah, man. Peace out. Sleep when you can.